Welcome back to another weekly video of our video game adventures from the previous weekend. The old guys reunited and took on the Old Ways event in Apex Legends, and Rika joined us for the Full Bloom event in Monster Hunter World. Both events were fun, and although we could make a double issue video talking about two games, for now I'm going to stick to one game, and this weekend it's going to be Apex Legends. The Old Ways event was fun, or more specifically, the Bloodhound Town takeover was interesting and exciting, but I have to admit, I was a little disappointed with the story this time around. How so? Well, why wasn't Race, Voice from the Past skin unlockable with legendary coins, and the original Night Terror purchasable with Apex coins? No color variants available for purchase with the legendary coins for Bangalore's Outland Warrior, Mirage's Snake Charmer, or Lifeline's Painkiller skins. Perhaps I am being a bit greedy since I had all these and I was looking forward to something new. Anyway, the Old Ways event was fun, and I hope you were able to experience it as well. This isn't going to be a video about the Old Ways event, however. I'm pretty sure you saw the thumbnail. If you got some time, stick with me. I'm going to have a short story to share. Ready? Let's do this. I am definitely going to be showing my age here. Do you remember the first time you played Street Fighter 2? Where you were? What character you picked? I do. We had just moved to Hawaii, and I was in my freshman year of high school. A friend of mine at school had told me about it and that I had to play it. So after school, we went to Hickam Bowling Alley, and the first character I picked was Chun-Li. I got trashed the first time I played it. But I wouldn't be fazed. I was hooked. So I went to the back of the line and waited my turn. For those of you much younger than me, I know they have Dave & Buster's, but before all this, before home gaming and online gaming became a mainstay in homes across the world, a lot of us used to game it up at the local arcade. For me, back then that was Fun Factory at Pearl Ridge Mall. There were Street Fighter machines all up in there. There must have been like 20 machines or so. And even with that many machines, most often you'd still have to wait your turn to get some game time. Never in my life had a game captivated me so much that I'd be willing to wait to play to only most likely lose.
You lose!
They would eventually release it for Super Nintendo, and because I didn't own a copy, I would do literally almost anything to borrow it from other neighborhood kids. Let them borrow 2 games for it, give them foil Marvel cards. God, those things were so hot. I would even give them straight up cash. Then I would play for hours on end with my brother. And I know at that time he must have hated the relentless training. Hey, but look at you now, man. It's one of your favorite games. I hope you're taking it to them on Street Fighter V Online. Anyway, maybe looking at it now, Street Fighter 2 characters may seem basic. But for me, the characters are what absolutely drew me to the game. And I believe it's what sparked a fighting game frenzy back then. Many with sequels still being made today. They all emulated Capcom's formula for success, some taking it to a whole other level. And though I enjoyed all these games from Soul Calibur to Mortal Kombat, none of them ever quite captured that feeling I got the first time I played Street Fighter 2. I would have never guessed, almost 30 years later, another game would capture me in quite the same way. I believe Respawn is onto something, and we'll start seeing more first-person shooter character-based battle royales. Let's go back a little bit. Apex Legends dropped a little over a year ago, and I have to be honest, initially I wanted nothing to do with it. Mr. Cuso and Warrior Gaming had introduced me to it. I'd never been much of a first-person shooter guy. Monster Hunter has dominated my gaming screens for years now. But because I love how online gaming has turned our homes into arcades, I decided to give it a go. I spent so much time cursing and yelling, about how much I hated the game. I actually still do a lot of yelling. Damn it! Really? But anyway, even though we kept losing, we kept coming back for more. I was drawn to it. I kept coming back. It was the characters. They were so interesting to me. And I know you can see me making the connection. To me, Apex Legends is the Street Fighter II of first-person shooters. I know I just spent all this time building this up. But the thing is just as fast as I had thought all that up, and comparing my feelings from 30 years ago to today, I always had another thought that would crash the party in my mind. If Apex Legends is the Street Fighter II of first-person shooters today, then could it be the Super Smash Bros. Of first-person shooters today? I know you're already with me. What if Master Chief, Samus Aran, the Doom Guy, Lara Croft, or anyone else you could think of be in this game? It would be amazing. What would their passive, tactical, and ultimate ability be? I didn't give a lot of thought to the aforementioned characters, but I did think of them for one of my favorite characters of all time, Solid Snake of the Metal Gear series. And I had a lot of fun thinking of what his passive, tactical, and ultimate abilities would be. And here's what I came up with. Solid Snake, Tactical Cardboard Box Master, starting with passive. Guns that utilize barrel stabilizers become silencers for those guns. And the level of the stabilizer determines how many shots you get or how durable the stabilizer/silencer is before it breaks and you get the full sound the gun normally makes. So obviously a level 4 stabilizer will have a longer duration than a level 1. Moving along to probably my favorite ability, the tactical. This tactical will be a cardboard box. Anyone who has played the Metal Gear series knows how valuable the cardboard box is to Snake. So I'd have it come with 2 charges, so Snake could leave boxes around as decoys, ambushing unsuspecting opponents. To be honest, I just want to see Snake running around in a cardboard box. And finally, Snake's ultimate. What could that be? Well, I have 2 because I couldn't decide on one. Which leads me to a suggestion I have, and I'll get to that here shortly. Snake's ultimate would be he puts on his bandana or he uses Otacon's stealth device. Depending on how you completed Metal Gear Solid Snake, you are either rewarded with a bandana or a stealth device. The bandana would give you infinite ammo, and the stealth device would obviously make you invisible. So here I was, stuck choosing between which one did I want. Then I had a thought. We're going back to Street Fighter. What if characters in Apex Legends had multiple ultimates like they had introduced in Street Fighter 3? You could choose between what different super art you wanted to use before the match began. I would absolutely love to have this added to Apex Legends. Maybe Crypto could get an alternate ultimate where his drone can lock down doors, or Caustic could have an acidic gas grenade that tears away its shields instead of health. I think there's a lot of potential here. What kind of alternate ultimates would you like to see for your favorite characters? Or if Apex Legends was like a Super Smash Bros., what character would you pick to add to the Apex universe? And what abilities would you give them? I would really love to hear what some of you come up with. For now, I'm going to bring this video to an end. If you'd like to see how the old guys did in the Old Ways event, here is one of the victories from this past weekend.
The All-Father graces your victory this day. Taka your reward town center. Ultimate accelerant here. Syringe here. Recharging shields. Round 2. Hold fast, Fly Fighter. You are one with the heart. The prize is yours and yours alone.
found a new kill. Recharging my shields.
Round 3. Victory is within reach.
Recharging my shields.
The All-Father graces your victory. Taka your reward.
Gotta hop up here. Anvil receiver.
Through this weapon, I learned the truth of the old ways and the new. They are two more that propel us onward. I tackle this journey without fear.
I got an enemy right here. EMP protocol initiated. I'm back. Logged off my drone. My drone has been destroyed.
Frag grenade sent. Trust in the All-Father.
You got bamboozled.
One of them over there.
Hostile close.
Sending out my decoy.
Taking a moment to recharge my shields.
Tick-tock, 10 seconds. Rings close.
Recharging my shields.
Go bamboozle.
Getting shot at.
In progress.
One of them over there.
Frag grenade. Throwing thermite grenade.
Sending out my decoy. Come on, bamboozle.
I downed one.
Reloading. Using the decoy escape.
Reloading.
Strong work. Finish the last of that enemy squad.
Only one squad left. Reloading. Sending out my decoy.
Taking a moment to recharge my shields.
I'm down.
Right here, got one. Now I'm taking some damage. Drone arc star. Frag out! You got bamboozled. Look at you. Down there. I'm down.
Reloading.
You are the Apex Champions.